Morning Joe says Republicans are scaring off independents with masked agents at rallies. That's not optics, that's policy. Today, we cut through the spin.
Welcome back. Dozens of Texas Democrats are preparing to return to the state after temporarily blocking Republican-led redistricting efforts. This comes as the Texas House Speaker is expected to adjourn the first legislative special session later today. In a statement yesterday,
Democrats blocked redistricting, fled, and now talk courts. Then they pivot to California. Newsom postures big, and suddenly a surge of federal immigration officers become the headline. Convenient narrative. Law and order equals intimidation.
Two states to consider the same. Gavin Newsom in California yesterday held an event to talk about plans there. While doing so, suddenly there was a surge of federal immigration officers, ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, who just happened to show up at the same place where Newsom was meeting. And Joe, he said, the governor said that did not think it was a coincidence and said that he would not be intimidated.
What the show calls intimidation, here's the jump. Mask equals menace, but tactical face covering and plainclothes details are standard in certain operations. Morning Joe sells fear of the look, not the legality of the action.
I mean, it's no. I mean, seriously, what are they doing? I mean, this is. I don't know if they're aware of it, but this is America, and the fact that they show up in masks at a political rally. I know, yes, this is ominous. This is that. Blah blah blah. This really just looks stupid. And plays right into Gavin Newsom's hands, plays right into the Democratic Party's hands, and does the exact opposite thing that they would want to do, which is to suggest we're not here for political reasons. We're here, to do our job, to arrest those who are in the country illegally. So, yeah, that was talk about a miss. We got to say also, and you're seeing, it's so interesting, Jonathan, the polls that we're seeing, where you'll see Americans saying, yes, I agree with President Trump on the southern border. I agree that we should make sure that we have legal immigration and not a lot of illegal immigration.
Who gets called intimidating? Masked agents enforcing laws? Or is that political theater? Masked agitators shutting down public speeches? That's protests. That's what they call now, protests. Same mask, different headline. Viewer's choice and viewer's notice. Then comes the poll pivot. Americans want the border secure, but optics. Translations? When enforcement works, shift the vibes. If the public supports security, in principle, pundits attack the presentation.
Again, with masks, sunglasses, no identification on them whatsoever. It's not it's not a sight that Americans want to see on the street. Certainly not independents, not swing voters. So it's interesting. Of course, they have every right to do their job, and Americans want them to do their job, keeping our borders safe.
From policy to horse race. Next, it morphs into the 2026 Senate talk. If enforcement is unpopular, why pivot to generic ballot fantasies? Because the segment isn't about security outcome, it's about shaping elections.
Quite well on generic ballots. In one poll after another, Democrats are taking 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7-point leads in generic ballots. And there's a Politico story saying, that came out yesterday saying, the Democrats, if they squint hard enough, they actually can see a Senate majority. And actually, if it's a wave election, there's no reason why Democrats don't win a state like Maine that both Joe Biden won, I believe, by 9 points, and Kamala Harris won. North Carolina, Roy Cooper, the governor, very popular governor there, is in that race. He's ahead in the polls right now. Democrats have talked Sherrod Brown, an extremely popular populist who ran against a wave in 2024 and lost. They've convinced him to get back in there, and they believe they have an outside shot at Alaska and one or two other states. So, again, all of this overreach, again, it's disturbing, but it should be concerning to Republicans as well, because they are losing the middle of America when they go around and, again, separate babies from their mothers, have masked men on the streets of college campuses or right off college campuses, grabbing women and throwing them into unmarked cars. It's not something that Americans are comfortable seeing. And
Wave elections is a scarecrow. They roll out the greatest hits, 74, 80s, 86, 94s, wave cycles. It's a classic narrative device. Argue today's enforcement equals tomorrow's wave. History is context, not destiny.
This is what happens. We have seen it in our lifetime several times. Of course, I don't know. I may be older than you. I'm not sure. I'll just say we're old enough to remember 1974 and just a massive landslide. 1980. I remember watching the returns of the 1980 elections going, wait, he lost? Again, it was a complete wave. Some of the safest Democratic senators swept away by the Reagan Revolution. 1986, Ronald Reagan at the height of his powers. Democrats shock Reagan and Republicans, and they take over the U.S. Senate. And then, of course, 1994, I went out after we got our results and I had won. And, I'm talking and somebody said, hey, we just took over the House. And I said, we? What do you mean? We're Republicans. We don't win the House. They, no, we took over the House and the Senate.
Policy, not costume. Mask or no mask? The only question that matters are targets, lawful. Are tactics within policies? Are communities safer? If yes, the optics debate is just a campaign package. Morning Joe wants a costume drama. I want outcome, safer streets, and honest debates. Drop your optics for results. For my newest video, check up here. For the latest one, check here. And until we meet again, remember, stay informed and engage. Have a good one.